Anthony Fauci, do you remember that guy? Many of us would consider him an actual villain, is in full-blown panic mode today after his secret diary that he did not want any human eyes to ever see was just discovered. And the amount of details and horrific things that have been discovered in this diary already is just absolutely staggering, and it completely changes the entire picture about who Fauci actually is and his entire diabolical plan. The truth that has affected all of our lives, that has been kept from us for years and years, is about to get exposed, and this has many of the elites completely panicking. Senator Rand Paul is now on the warpath to take down Anthony Fauci, and he has been posting all sorts of stuff here. It's just absolutely crazy. My investigation uncovered that Anthony Fauci kept a diary. What he wrote privately and what he told the country are two different stories. But my friends, what I'm going to show you next is something that I was not ready for, and you guys are not going to be ready for this either. After all of this, we just got some absolutely crazy news that last week Anthony Fauci notified us that he will not voluntarily testify before the Senate Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee, even though he had previously agreed to do so. Does that sound like the way that an innocent man would be responding to all of this? Of course not. It is almost like he is absolutely panicking because he does not want to get interrogated about all of this stuff. Tomorrow, he testifies. This is the crazy thing to this entire thing. Anthony Fauci is now going to have to testify about the diary, and that is happening tomorrow. This whole thing is going to get absolutely crazy. Anthony Fauci and his legal team are not happy about any of this at all, okay? They're absolutely having complete meltdowns over this entire thing because everything is now getting completely exposed about who Fauci truly is and what he did to our country.
We have two clear-cut cases against him: lying to Congress, which is a felony, but also destroying public records. We now have emails that he distributed to Francis Collins and others saying, hey, read this and then destroy it. That is against the law. You're not allowed to do that in the executive branch. It's clear. You know, his only argument is, oh, it wasn't about government, and it clearly was, and I think a jury would decide. So I still would prosecute him.
Now, of course, the interesting detail about this entire story is that the media has been completely silent about all of this. There has been an absolute media blackout.
It has been a total blackout of this guy. I mean, the most consequential, I mean, I hesitate to call him public servant, bureaucrat. The most consequential bureaucrat in this country's history, making some of the most consequential decisions, or at least at a minimum recommendations in this country's history. And then his diary reveals that it was all BS.
We should all be beyond angry over this. The amount of lives that were lost, the amount of lives that were affected by this entire thing, we should be pissed. CNN literally shut down the story of Fauci when it was brought up in the heat of this entire crazy situation that is happening. Just listen to this and see how nervous and freaked out they get over Fauci getting mentioned. It's just crazy.
We need to have transparency around what's going on. I think one situation that, frankly, where we saw the government was certainly obfuscating, didn't have any transparency, was Anthony Fauci, who we're getting his diaries today, where he was purposely obfuscating about
Anthony
that's actually something where we know he was purposely obfuscating.
They all just immediately start freaking out. That should tell you everything you need to know about what is going on here, okay? This is an absolutely major, major story where the truth is about to get exposed, and they do not want that to happen. It's almost like the mainstream media has their own political agenda, and it's, of course, on the side of the Democrats, as it always is. So breaking: Fauci arrest odds have nearly doubled since the bombshell release of his private diary. It's just like, it goes straight up. President Trump has had quite the reaction to all of this as well.
Mr. President, if you would have known then what you know now, would you have fired him?
Well, I would have fired him, but again, I didn't listen to him. So when he was with Biden, he was like the god. When he was with me, he wasn't even close, and I wasn't very close to him. I dealt with him very little. I didn't agree with many of the things he said. No, he wanted to close up everything. Look at all the states that remained open. Those states remained open. He wanted everything closed.
The amount of lies and horrible stuff that are in this diary is absolutely insane. But the thing that I just cannot stop thinking about are just how right we were about everything. Yet we were the ones that, of course, were punished for questioning or not believing the BS that was coming from Fauci and the government at that time. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you all in another video very soon.